All right. There we go. And posting everywhere. Okay, yeah, that makes me want to fucking. What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys all had a good trading day. No, today sucked. Today honestly sucked. I'll show you the trade that I took today. And how unfortunate it was. What's the favor? I would love to hear what the favor is. I want to show you guys what I did today and replay price from what I was seeing. Because this was such a bad beat for me. Like it was, I didn't lose anything. I went break. I hit break even today, but I was greedy with my take profit, and I ended up getting screwed. Is Blue Guardian good? Yes. I wouldn't be streaming on their platform if they weren't good. I'm going to show you exactly what I did today. All right. So going into today's trading day, I wanted to see price trade lower, and I wanted to see the Asia lows be taken on NQ or ES. And we already took the lows on the Dow Jones, as you can see here, over like the span of the opening of New York AM session. And I wanted ES or NQ to play catch up to that idea and that draw on liquidity. So before we had equities open and what price was doing on the 15-minute chart, I said to my Discord that I wanted to see shorts confirm at the closure if we inverse this 15-minute gap, which is what we did on the next 15-minute candle. Oh, okay, I did not mean to do that. That was ridiculous. Which is what we did on the next 15-minute candle here. So 845 bled through this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, created an inverse. Now, after we created that inverse fair value gap, the next 15-minute candle, 9 o'clock open, went down here. So what does that leave behind for the equities open? That left behind a 15-minute bearish fair value gap that we had resting here. That also was going to be a 30-minute bearish fair value gap as well. So my plan moving into this was one of two things. First thing being executing short off of the M15 inverse fair value gap or the M15 bearish order block that we had here that lined up with consequent encroachment of that fair value gap right here. Because this is also a up close candle that runs liquidity and then closes below. So that was a POI for my short, which is literally exactly what I took that aligned with this inverse fair value gap. So my short trigger was right here with a stop at that candle high, targeting these lows down here. Now, see how this risk to reward is 2.72? Typically, I go for a 1 to 2 risk to reward on all of my trades. This trade, I wasn't. I was greedy in my position, which was my first fault. So you can see here, the next 15-minute candle trades into this 15-minute gap. Now here's the open. 15-minute open. Comes up, tags me in to the T perfectly, and then trades lower. At that point in time, my stop loss was jammed right here. while at the same time, there was an SMT at this 15-minute candle high. If you could compare the two assets with ES and NQ, look at ES here. Lower high, but also taking out that Asia low. At this time, I should have taken a partial point of my position. And if you look at the 5-minute structure too as well, this could have been another way of executing on price. Trading into that 15-minute and that 30-minute fair value gap, we have a candle here that clears a short-term high. We close below it. We have a close below a series of up close candles here. That could have been a short as well right there. Now, again, I was greedy and I didn't take partials where I should have. You could see the next 15-minute candle blast off, missing my full TP at London lows by like 10 points, unfortunately. You could see the 5-minute reaction. Once we cleared out those lows, I at a minimum wanted London low to go. Or if we ran London low and then failed to run Asia, I would have been fine with that. I would have wanted some sort of liquidity pool to be taken out before price reverses from this point. And you could see the reaction as to what we did post. Like we had a 5-minute and a 3-minute change in the state of delivery. We closed above these down close candles here. And then this was the low end for price to then end up bolting to the highs. It stopped me out break even and then ended up going to the highs again today, which is super unfortunate, but it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then obviously seeing other people catch like the reversal after I got stopped out break even here. And then me being stopped break even here, I am not getting into price at this point. Price has already given its entry. Price has already given its opportunity for long. So I'm not chasing after flipping from my short trade to a bullish trade like in the snap of a finger. I'm not doing that. Yeah, not doing that. So my shorts that I wanted to take today, unfortunately, missed because I was greedy. I was a greedy pig. I should have, at the best, like the way that I really should have went about it was when Asia lows were taken on ES, I should have closed out of NQ or at least maybe taken a partial off of my position because I was up over 2R. I just didn't. I just didn't. But the longs were good. If you took them from anything below a 5-minute time frame, like the 3-minute or the 1-minute too. The 1-minute had like a breaker entry. It had a nice set of, honestly, just the breaker here. The 3-minute looked best on NQ for longs right here. This would have been the best one for me if I was to take longs. This order block that ran the short-term lows right here and then traded higher. This would have been my entry if I was taking longs, but I did not. I ended up getting stopped break even and screwed, unfortunately. Pretty wild hourly chart too. Like look at ES too. That hourly candle wick is nuts. And this thing could even go lower now too, which is insane. Why didn't I take the longs? Because I was already in shorts. I was in shorts with my stop loss at break even, and I'm not flipping my bias immediately when I'm already in a short position. Like the long position to get in would have been here. Holy shit. Wait 1 second. Oh my God, let's go. That's big. My short position was like at stops break even. And when I got stop break even, I would have missed my long entry. You know what I mean? I would have missed that. Because the long entry was lower and my stop loss was here, unfortunately. Which sucks, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. What do you see on Euro? Because if I'm being completely honest with you, if the daily on Euro closes above this down close candle here and inverses the daily fair value gap on Euro here, if we inverse that or even close below this, say bye-bye to Euro. Because then you got a daily bearish order block. If we close below here, this thing can go night-night. This, and then take out all of this liquidity below. That could happen. Because we just reached into a monthly bearish fair value gap here after clearing out those highs. So if we have a monthly bearish fair value gap and we go down to its aligned lower time frame and daily chart, we are expecting price to then get a bearish reaction on our daily time frame from our higher time frame key level. And there's also a big SMT at these highs too. If you compare GU and EU here, there's a big SMT at these highs. So not going to lie, all of these time frames are aligning. And this weekly candle with this wick that's forming on dollar index looks like it wants to reverse. And the same low resistance liquidity that's on Euro is here on dollar index like this. Like there. And then these, like all of this is failure swings for price for dollar to then reverse and clean those highs. So yeah, this could be the sign for dollar to flip, and same with Euro, and same thing with pound. And then whoever said previous weekly low, that's not bad. That's not bad. I don't like gold right now. Gold longs were good yesterday. I hope you guys caught those. But today's gold was not long today. We inversed the daily gap. We traded back inside of this inverse daily fair value gap. And then the daily objective was this low here. Like there. Because you also have a range low to FOMC clearing the range high like this. Swept that out. There was an SMT at that high. Price ended up trading lower, delivering from this hourly bearish fair value gap. And then also delivering lower from this 4-hour bearish fair value gap resting here. Just like that. We created an SMT inside of that gap too, and then price just melted. Like literally got rinsed. But the execution of where to get in would have been skewed. Yeah, I didn't have an execution on longs today, Luke. I had shorts on NQ from the morning. If you joined, did you see what I said earlier on NQ for longs or for shorts? because I'll go over the trade again. I blame myself today. I'm beating myself up for it because I was greedy and I didn't take profits where I should have. I should have taken profits when Asia lows were taken. Yeah, no, I'll go over it again. I should have taken profits when Asia lows were ran on NQ, but I didn't. So I'll replay this again from here. So going into today and seeing how the Dow Jones already slipping out Asia lows, I wanted to see a catch-up play on between NQ or ES. I wanted one of them to clear out the Asia session lows or London lows too as well. We had an SMT at these resting highs here, NASDAQ being the stronger pair and the S&P 500 being the weaker pair. This was probably my first mistake, shorting NQ rather than ES. So that's another reason why again, this is going to go in my journal. So the 15-minute chart at 8:45, when we had this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, that was the closure below, was my sentiment to be like, okay, I think after this closure, we're confirming a breaker, we're confirming a bearish order block. We have a violation of our first bullish PD array. I think price could turn here and we could see a hold of this high. So what did I do? Once we created a 15-minute bearish fair value gap like we had here, I put a limit sell at this order block right here. Right here. This was my POI for a short that lined up exactly with the 50% or a little bit lower than 50% of this 15-minute gap. This will also be a 30-minute bearish fair value gap as well once we get to 9:30 open. So if you look, the next 15-minute candle, we get the tag of that gap, but we're still yet before the 9:30 open. I want to see the next 30-minute candle open high to then go lower. So open high, low, close on a 30-minute candle. Now look at the comparison between ES and NQ here. So here's the next 15-minute. Next 15-minute candle, we create an SMT inside of that gap while tagging my entry like that. So when I got in, I took the short here. My stop loss went there at this candle high. My TP went to London low. I went for a 2.72 risk to reward, and that was my mistake. I should have put my risk to reward at a stagnant 1 to 2, just like that, because I would have been fine and I would have hit my proper risk to reward and been done. But no, I wanted to be a greedy pig and go down to London. So I ended up when Asia lows were ran on ES, I just put my stop to break even like this. And then the next 15-minute candle, you could see, missed my TP just ever so slightly and then ran me out. So that's a lesson for all of you guys. Keep your risk to reward stagnant, but then also pay attention to SMTs between your correlated assets, because price will reverse and go against you if you are not paying attention to your pairs. Because you can see once we reversed from here and cleaned out these lows, the aggression was right back to the upside. Created an SMT here. We go to the lower time frames. There wasn't anything on the 5-minute for an execution. There was a 3-minute execution. So we had this down close candle. Rest here. Hold on. Let me draw this out. No, not ERO, loser. We had this down close candle here, right there, that runs the low here. Once we close above that, It also has an inverse fair value gap as well. That's your order block. And then you just do the same thing. You just target a 1 to 2 risk to reward utilizing that down close candle. And then price ended up pumping. So yeah, I didn't take any partials off. I literally was just being greedy, looking for a London low or NQ to catch up to the low. So that is me being at fault and owning up to my mistake. And I'll be honest with you, if anybody tells you that they haven't done certain things like this or this doesn't happen to them, they're lying. And hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You just got to move on to the next day. Yes, it hurts. Am I frustrated about it? Yes, because I know what I did wrong and I just didn't stay consistent with the risk that I wanted to take. I put on good risk. I just should have taken my risk off once I saw this. Once this was taken, I should have taken my position out. So that's where I messed up, unfortunately. And this strategy that I'm showing you guys is the same sort of strategy that I've showed on every single live stream that I've done every single time that I've been on here since the beginning. All of the trades that I've shown you guys have all looked the same. Every single one has looked the same. Every one. Bro, if you're learning from somebody, or you think that you're learning from somebody, or you think that they're a mentor that actually makes money from trading and they don't show transparency behind mistakes that they make, they're lying right to your face. If someone can't live trade in front of you, if someone can't show you mistakes that they make on the charts, and they fail and they neglect to show you anything on the back end and only show you wins, they are lying to you. They are lying directly to your face. Why would I use a weekly? This is not different at all. This is not different at all. Every trade that I show you guys is legitimately the same. The entire entry mechanic is completely the same. Exactly the same. Wow, this is crazy. I typically do a daily. Start off with a daily. Yes, this is ERL. This is external liquidity, my friend. But yeah, super unfortunate move on the day. I go from a day. The best way to go about it is going from the daily, noting any SMT inside of an internal range liquidity pool or at an external high, or looking for an SMT at a previous daily low or a previous daily high, and then migrating your way down to like the 4 hour, seeing how the 4 hour candles are going from Asia, London into the open of New York, and then is price trading into any hourly fair value gaps. Then you can go from an hourly to an M5, or if you have a clean 4 hour gap, or with 4 hour structures lining up well for the 6 a.m. candle to open, or if nothing looks proper on the 6 a.m. candle, then you wait for the 10 a.m. candle to open, and then you frame a 10 a.m. open, high, low close, or open, low, high close, all that sort of stuff. No, I didn't lose today. Today was a break even. I'm up on the week because of gold's win yesterday. Gold's win yesterday was good. So I'm up on the week, but I'm just upset that I didn't take profit at a 1 to 2. Like, this hurts more than losing a trade. This hurts more than losing a trade. I would say, because I didn't follow a 1 to 2. I went for more when I shouldn't have, because I wanted to. Because I took a payout last night, and I wanted to, like, literally make that buffer right back, and I didn't, and literally ended up just going back to zero. So no. So I kind of had a little bit of an attachment to money at the time, which screwed me. But everybody makes mistakes, and if they don't tell you they make mistakes, then they're lying. It's all dependent on what the 6 a.m. candle does. If the 6 a.m. candle is manipulating, then you'll assume that the 10 a.m. candle will continue. If the 6 a.m. candle is consolidating, you would assume that the 10 o'clock candle would be giving the manipulation. And then you form the open high low close or the open low high close. So if you're trading New York and you're framing the 6 a.m. and the 10 a.m. candle, it's all based off of what those 6 a.m. or 10 a.m. candles are doing. Primarily, if 6 a.m. is manipulating with the 9:30 open, or if there's high impact news, and then that will allow the 6 a.m. candle to manipulate, giving you a wick, creating an SMT, and then you can frame the continuation based off of the next candle open. That sort of stuff. Like, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And these are all like gems that I'm giving you guys. I don't trade past the PM session. Typically, when I'm on here, I'm either in my trade from the morning, or I'm already out of my trade. GU and EU and GU and EU. What are you talking about? What do you got on EU and GU? I would be careful. I would definitely be careful on buying EU and GU. And on top of that, London closes in 30 minutes. Rule of thumb, don't trade foreign currencies in the PM session. Just a rule that I thought I would share you guys. I'm on the East Coast, literally New York. New York. Honestly, the best time zone. Yeah. All right. So the bullish setup and what was happening here on NQ and ES. So remark off these lows. You can see this is London. This is Asia. What did ES do? And what did the Dow do? Both ES and the Dow cleared out London and Asia. But we didn't reverse until ES took out the Asia lows. I wanted to frame the shorts on NQ at the lowest point that I can get to, being London lows, and I didn't get that. So we created an SMT here, just like this. And the framework behind the execution would have been, for me, I would have probably missed it because I don't really like executing below the 5 minute. So this was the best means of execution from below the 5. So seeing price kind of like wick up into this point and then leave behind this 5 minute fair value gap, I would have been like, okay, no, nothing just yet. I would have been like, all right, this is just another SMT for price to then go lower like this because the Dow cleared out that resting high right there. But if we skip the next 5 minute candle, we trade lower, then we actually give a chain in the save delivery above that 940 candle right there. We don't trade back into there. If I go to the 3 minute chart, the execution and the actual way to get in here would have been here. Short-term low, ran there. Closure above the down close candle that ran the short-term low right there. You could have done this in multiple different ways. It was either you buy the inverse fair value gap that price created right here, closing above that. If you buy IFVGs, this would have been your way to get in at the retag right there. Or for me, it's the same thing, buying the order block right here, and then price ended up expanding. If you traded the 1 minute chart and you wanted to be aggressive, then you would have caught the breaker entry down here. This up close candle, the last up close before price manipulates lower, creates the SMT at London lows, and then we retrace into it. You buy there, and then price ended up expanding. So there was 3 different ways, but it was all below the 5 minute chart. It was on the 3 minute and the 1 minute time frame. All of that being ways to get in. Yeah, Luke, that sucks, bro. Did you only look to get in on the 5? Because I'm assuming what you were looking for here. Because if you think about it and you look at it from this standpoint, bro, this now, since we closed above, or we are closing above this kind of range, let me fix this like this. See this candle here? We're closing above this range candle. What does this wick do? What are we doing in that wick? Price is going up, delivering buy side, going back down, delivering sell side. Now, in this range, since we've delivered both buy side and sell side, this candle here delivers buy side and closes strong, practically above that range. Does this make me think that since we've delivered both buy side and sell side, and now we're clean driving higher, closing above that range, that creates balanced price? So price is balanced in that area. We would literally expand only from there. That's it. Only expansion from here, not trading back into this price below here. Look on my YouTube channel. You learn how to trade. So that's exactly why price did not come back down to that entry. Stop spamming. Sorry, you're in timeout. Thank God that I have that power. Yeah, but yeah, that's literally why. What do you mean you said gold entry was skewed? Yeah, literally, I hope you guys are taking notes on what I'm saying here because this is very important information. And not a lot of people tell you this. What do you mean gold entry was skewed? I didn't say anything was. I said that longs were not the play. Gold was only short today. gold was only a short buy today, but the entry. Oh, I said the entry was skewed because of this. I had no means of getting in, unless you got in from the 5-minute breaker, which has been pretty good. Like we actually this was pretty nice. There was an SMT inside that 4-hour gap, and then there was this down close the up close candle here as an order block. There was this breaker here. That was pretty nice. But it was all framed from a 4-hour gap tag running this FOMC high to this low. EU and GU. EU, GU. Gold's not going to do anything right now, and neither is foreign currencies. London closes in 20 minutes, guys. You should not be trading gold and FX past 11:30. You should not be. That's just your addiction scratching and forcing you to try and take a trade. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. What is my Coinbase options at? Nice. Let's go. So essentially you saw a bearish SMT, which was the ERL. You saw the 4-hour was an IRL, and then the draw was an ERL. But yeah. Are you talking about gold or are you talking about NQ, Jeffrey? Which one are you talking about? Gold or NQ? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I saw a 4-hour SMT at the highs. 4-hour SMT at these highs right here. Just like this, you can see the highs compared to ES and NQ, ES and Dow. And then I went to the 15-minute chart. I went to here. I was like, okay, price, boom, moving into the day. First violation of a bearish PD array or of a bullish PD array. Boom, right here, inverse fair value gap. What also do we have with that inverse fair value gap? We have the 15-minute bearish order block. This is what I want to sell from. I want price to go up into this POI. And then I want price to go lower, which is exactly what we did. Price ended up tagging that POI, went lower, and then the same time where I messed up, I should have closed out of NQ when Asia lows were ran on ES, but I did not. I wanted to see the lows on London, and I didn't end up taking partials. I held my position with my stops to break even, and I got stopped out break even there. So that is exactly what I did today. Yeah, Luke, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's not like I'm reiterating the encyclopedia. I'm saying something that takes me 10 seconds. But yeah, rough one for the day. I mean, no harm, no foul. Still green on the week, but it's all good. It's all good. Still green on the week. Would the last candle before the fair value got inversed count as an OB? Wait, the last candle before the fair value gap got inversed? Are you saying here? Right here, right? If so, yes. This one, yes. Dude, I'm not looking at EU and GU like for the 10 billionth time. What do you see here? It's London closes in literally 19 minutes. You should not be taking a trade on foreign currencies. Wait for the daily close today. If the daily closes and inverses this gap, then you have an idea for price to continue lower tomorrow and into the next week. Same thing with the weekly chart. And you could get a better sentiment as well. Like, be more patient. Like, shorts look good on EU and GU tomorrow. If you want to take a short that bad, then execute prematurely and swing it. But in my opinion, the move already happened, and it's already happening on GU. And I think that GU goes down to here. 138.25. Bro, I'm not ignoring your comment. I'm literally just clicking and giving the giveaway to the first 3 names that click. The first 3 names that type in the correct word, you got it. You got it. Yeah, that one. Thank you. I saw it or happen. Yeah, I wasn't going to take this execution here. I thought that was too early for me, which is why I waited for this one. Because this order block was better for me, in my opinion, primarily because it was followed and confirmed by a violation of a bullish PD array, confirming also a breaker. So this to me was higher probability than this one. You could have gotten in there, but like I would not have put full risk onto that trade. I probably would have done it if I was to take it. I would have done like 0.5% on that. Luke, honestly, I would say a lot. I wouldn't say a lot of them joined for free accounts. I wouldn't say a lot. I would probably say that 10% of these people joined just for free accounts. Other than consolidation, what are but like as of recently, like the stream yesterday and the day before and today, I love like these questions are a lot better. A lot of the other times were literally ridiculous. Other than consolidation, what are low probability conditions? Because I think knowing when not to trade is just as important. So, like low probability price condition. I kind of gave an idea as to what I thought on oil. Like, I think that low probability price conditions is a good example of this. So, see how oil it's between a weekly bearish fair value gap right here, but it's also within a weekly bullish fair value gap resting here, while also in a consolidation. Now we have SMT at the highs of that weekly bearish gap, but we have SMT at the lows of the weekly bullish gap. So in my opinion, when price has an SMT on both sides of the market, while also stuck between PD arrays, that's my identification of low probability price. Like low probability price is that. Because I don't have a strong sentiment and idea for my bias that day or week. So when I can't look at the charts and be like, that's what price wants to do immediately, I consider that low probability because I need to get on the charts and immediately know what price is going to do. And if I don't, then I don't feel comfortable and confident laying on risk. That's my personal opinion. Of course, bro. Of course. You took 2 L's today, Gladiator? What did you take? This daily candle's crazy. Yeah, what did you take, bro? Oh, you took long on NQ at 9:30? I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. This kind of looks very shitty right now. Oh, okay. I mean, that's good at least. Do I look at fundamentals? No. Not at all. In my opinion, the charts will tell me what the fundamentals will be. I don't need fundamentals. I've never used them. Like 99% of the time, I'll already know what price we'll want to do from a higher time frame perspective, and then the fundamentals will align with that. I'm not like I'm being honest. I think that is just extra. I mean, it could be very helpful to some people, but I have never needed it. Neither have I ever looked at it. Like I've never looked at it. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't even know like is that just like looking at bonds yield, 30-year, 10-year? Yeah, we did. Raphael. I really wanted, like we had, like this is the reason why we expanded today. Like yesterday, and as we had this huge wick lower and we expanded higher and overnight pumped us like nuts higher, I just wanted price to retrace. I wanted price to retrace a little bit to then eventually go higher again. We retraced lower a little bit on NQ, but not low enough to the point where it took me out of my trade. Unfortunately. You know? Not low enough. Yeah, cut rates is bad for DXY. I know that. I mean, if you think about it, gold shine. So, how does a candle form? It has an open at midnight. It has either a low, a high, and a close, or an open, a high, a low, and a close. If you are bearish going into the day, wouldn't it be best to be selling above midnight open? But majority of the time, that's going to happen in London, selling above the open or buying below the open, because you want to be catching the expansion of that daily candle, that body. So you want to position yourself in the wick so that you can be in at the wick, stop at the high, targeting the bot, like whatever low end liquidity pool you have down here that moves in regards to the expansion of that daily candle. So logically, yes, it's best to be selling above or below daily opens. We're buying above or below daily opens. You know, it's best to be doing that. Damn, are we gonna see price die soon? I gotta think also for the word for giveaway. I gotta think of that one. If anyone can see my message, but did you take that NQ because it was at an ERL? It was just at all-time highs with an SMT. It was an SMT at all-time highs. That's why I took it. That's why I took it, brother. Damn. Shit look nuts right now. Yeah, smash the like button for the kid. Be a doll for me. Be a doll for me. Mm-mm. And since it's at all-time highs, you expect it to go lower. Yeah, because I mean, I want to catch reversals from retracements. I want price to retrace to then capture the reversal back up higher in respect to higher time frame order flow. Like today, or like yesterday, we set in the low here at the FOMC data release, and then price ended up expanding. Asia expanded, London expanded, and then we had New York reversal. And I wanted us to take out a liquidity pool or some sort of session low, which is what we did on ES. And then I wanted price to then go higher from there. That's what I wanted. But I didn't get that. It's okay. But I wanted that. That's what I wanted. I wanted that. I stream I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what I do. But yeah, no, honestly, you guys should be rewatching all the other streams too. All the other streams are all gold shit. Like literally gold. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Sorry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's permanent. You will see me here every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Nonstop. And if you guys want it to continue, like the video, like the stream, and comment certain things that you would like to see on future streams that I do. If you want me to cover a certain topic, if you want me to cover like do certain things in regards to trading rather than just breaking down the charts from what I see, if you wanted me to cover certain things and do a lesson, we could also do that too. So for you guys, comment what you want next or certain topics you want me to go over so that maybe in the future we could do actual classes. And whatever gets the most likes, I will do a class on. So whatever comment gets the most likes, I'll see that, and then I will then do a class on it. So comment on the video, comment on the live, not in here. Don't comment here. Comment on the live stream video on YouTube. So go comment there, not on this, not in the live chat. Now, I need to make a word for the winner for today. I need to make a word for the winner. Let's see. I have a word. It's 2 words. And the hint is the fact that if anybody saw it on my shirt, then this is perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. The first 3 people, it's 2 words. It's 2 words. So make sure that there's a space. The first 3 people to type out Don Julio. Don Julio. Tequila. Don Julio. The first 3 people to type out Don Julio. And got it. Boom. 3 winners. FS, B Doggy, Gladiator. For proof, social proof. Social proof right there. Social proof is right there. For you guys. First 3 people. First 3 people right there. Open a ticket in the Blue Guardian Discord. Make sure you guys are doing that. And then you will get your account. But anyways, thank you guys all. Yeah, no, I literally have the first 3 people right here. And I even showed you guys on camera. Thank you guys all for joining. Make sure that you are posting in the comments what you want to see in a future class. I want to see comments of whatever is the most liked comment and I'll cover that. So that is it for me this week. I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. I want you guys to be safe. Good luck, good trading for the rest of the week. If you do end up taking anything tomorrow, don't be stupid. Follow your rules. And I hope you guys all take care. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Take care, y'all.